Hey, this is Derek here, Baker 6 Clan. I am in Memphis this week on a business trip, but you know what? Cool thing about caching is that you can cache anywhere, and I have found a really interesting container that you don't want to miss. Alright, so I am here at the GZ. It's not really hard to find, and you'll see why here in a second. Even though it may be considered as a micro, it doesn't look like a micro, but probably trying to get to the log may be a little bit more difficult. So let me show you what it looks like. There it is. That is a neat container. If you don't know what this is, it is a scuba tank. And I'm asking myself, why would I find a scuba tank as a container in Memphis? Aren't we landlocked? There's not too many places to go scuba diving. So we're gonna get into this, sign the log, and then we're gonna meet up with the cache owner and find out why. Okay, so you saw the really interesting container, and we wanna know why is that here? Well, I'm with Gil, or BitBrain, and this is his cache, and Gil, why is there a scuba tank landlocked down here in Memphis?
Well, we're standing here at the dive shop in Memphis. The dive shop is the premier training facility for scuba in Memphis. It was started in 1961. I'm an instructor here. I teach scuba. So I thought it would be cool to have a scuba themed cache here for people to come and find.
Now, that makes a lot more sense than a random air tank, scuba tank in the middle of land. Now that is really cool. Now you're an instructor here. What else? And I really love how a shop has got a themed cache out here. I really love themed caches. You've seen some of those themed caches I really like. And it's a cool container, just really interesting. Was it difficult, really difficult to put it here, or just they said, yeah, it's cool?
No, it was really easy. Matter of fact, what they wanted to do was take a series of scuba cylinders, cut and sleeve them, and make a scuba cylinder garden, put out in the rocks out front, and have a full-size cache inside. But that turned out to be pretty difficult. We couldn't find anybody who wanted to run the machine shop for that.
Yeah, because if you know anything about those tanks are actually really hard to cut. I mean, they have to take a lot of pressure being that deep underwater, and atmospheres, and we can go into a lot of math, and I don't think you want to understand a lot of the math right now on atmospheres and 33 feet and 66 feet and 90, and that's probably too much for you already.
That's a lot.
That's a lot right now. 1, 2, and 3, and that's what all that adds up to be, and those are atmospheres. All right, so what kind of logs have you had on this cache that have been like really interesting and people maybe having problems with it, or what have you seen in that part of it?
As you've seen the cache already, I've had people say that this is the largest bison tube they've ever found. I've had many people say that they dismantled the whole thing and couldn't find the log. Well, they dismantled everything except taking the valve out and pulling out the little bison tube. It was originally an 80 cubic foot cylinder, which is the taller one, the more standard. This one's now 63 because it's what I had available.
Right.
There were some tree trimmers in the area, and we believe they absconded with the 80 cubic foot cylinder that was here. Like, wow, this is a cool thing we found in the woods. Let's take it away.
Well, and there's not really a lot of woods here either. I mean, it's pretty open.
There's 8 trees.
Yeah. So it is plural. It is woods, but not a lot of woods. But it's just really cool cache. I really appreciate putting this out here. Thanks for hiding this. And I know you got some other ones in this area, and I will be back out in Memphis later, and you'll probably see Gil a little bit more on some of his other caches. But I just thank you. Hey, if this is the first time you've watched Behind the Cache, click that subscribe button right over here. Give me a thumbs up. Leave me a comment. What's the biggest bison tube you've ever seen? This is mine. What's yours? All right, I'll see you next time right here on Behind the Cache.